I'm very excited because today I get to get my personal color analysis done. It's part of an experience called the Autumn Palette, which is being offered by Oakridge Park at the Oakridge Park Gallery in Downtown Vancouver. The Autumn Palette is a 6-week pop-up hosted by Oakridge Park in collaboration with their partners. So there's 3 parts to this experience. There is a color analysis, there is a styling appointment, and there is a beauty consultation and hand massage done by Dior. So I'm very excited personally for the color analysis because for the longest time ever, I've been struggling with figuring out what my color palette is. I've tried to tell myself that I'm a cool tone girly. I like blues, I like cooler colors. I've done some makeup styles or makeup looks on myself, which kind of look off. And I think I gaslit myself into thinking that it looked okay. I've been told by a lot of my friends that they believe I'm more warm tone. Pinks and reds that are not as vibrant but more pastel-y are my vibe. So I guess today we're actually gonna find out what color palette is gonna suit me, and will I actually figure out if I've been gaslighting myself this entire time, thinking I'm more cool tone than warm tone, or will I have to just admit that my friends are correct this whole time and I actually am warm tone. The one thing I refuse to change though is the fact that I will be always wearing silver jewelry. I cannot forgo silver jewelry. That is my one thing. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the color analysis is done by Nuon Color, and it's being led by Alicia of Nuon Color, who has years of expertise helping individuals identify their most flattering palettes, and is gonna guide me through the art and science of color. But yeah, I'm very, very excited. But at least I'll document this for you guys to watch, and in the future, if you think a color analysis is something you'd like to go for it. Now I'm ready to head out for my appointment. So before the appointment starts, they send you an email asking you kind of what are your favorite colors, what kind of fabrics you like, what if you like wearing patterns, prints, and such, just to get a further idea for all 3 parts of the experience. They also do require you for the color analysis to do very light, everyday makeup if you wear makeup, if not just to go barefaced. But I struggle with acne scars and I'm quite insecure about it. So I do put on some light foundation. So I'm going to be bringing my foundation just in case they want to know if I'm wearing the correct tone, I assume. Whatever helps with the color analysis, of course. But yeah, you will have to do light makeup, which I have done. And yeah, I'm just in comfy wear. Hopefully everything goes well in terms that I don't find out that I'm suited for pinks, because pink is not my favorite color. But I'm okay. I will admit if pink is my color. Will I wear it as much? I don't know, but we will see. We will see.
Before we get started, I do want to ask you a little bit about your personal preference right now with colors.
Yes.
So, what do you like to wear for?
Currently, I've been wearing more like grays, blacks, beiges. Occasionally, I want to say like a darker gray kind of blue, but haven't really been able to play with my brighter colors or pastel colors.
Okay, cool. All right. We're gonna start with the color swatches. Have you heard about color analysis ideas?
I've seen a ton of TikToks and videos.
So you're familiar with the seasonal tones, because like what we're gonna get into today kind of contains a little bit about context about color analysis. So we're going to swatch a lot of colors to find your best matching type of colors. So when we use these are fabrics as tools, so when we choose like one colors, they're not necessarily the best match for you, but they're the type of color that suits you very nicely. So we're starting with the peachy pink. So this is the brighter, warmer tone. So we have warm and we have cool, and we have deep and warm and Okay, so this is a really quick run through, but the purpose of color analysis is just trying to find the best matching shades to the best type of undertone, especially with the undertones. So we're looking for colors that it makes your skin tone look even, so not too much paleness, not too much yellowness either. So starting with the peachy pink again, so we have warm and cool. Okay, with this two, I find the first one does look a bit more matching, right? The second color feels very pale, so it doesn't have to be because of the cooler undertone. This color is just simply very pale, so maybe we'll just look for something that has more pigmentation like the peachy pink, but also this is also a very cute color. So rosy pink is deeper with a bit more muted tone to it, and the last one is the
I feel it's very bright.
Yeah, this is a very intense color.
Yes.
So sometimes we do find intense color to be quite overpowering. So we do want to find something that's potentially is softer. So I like the rosy pink on you with this set, and even the peachy pink is nice too. Okay.
I really like these two.
Yeah, so
in terms of the pink, these two are my picks too.
Yeah, like I think this is really cute color, especially going to fall. Okay, so we're moving on to the next set, and so we'll look at some yellows. So let's start with the warm yellow. So yellow is a very warm color, or like majority of the colors are quite warm. So for example, this is a golden yellow, so this is a warm color. So I have warm, and I have cool. So we're moving on to mustard, so deeper and a warm tone. And the last one we have is deep and cool. Okay, so this is the one that feels a little pale on you.
Yeah, it's a little tricky because at first I thought the previous cool tone yellow was washing me out a little, but this one I feel like washes me out and makes me look even more yellow toned than I thought.
Yeah, this one is quite pale. So this is like, so now going back to this, I find this is the relatively nicer color between these two. But if we go back to looking at the golden tones, I find those are the ones that bring out more brightness to your skin. So yeah, I find this color is very fun. It's bright, not too washed out, so we have brighter warm and we have the brighter cool. So there is a difference between these two. So now we can go back to looking at the other warmer color. So these two are very similar. This one is the mustard yellow, and this one is the brighter yellow. So this one is the brighter and warm tone, and the muted tone. Okay, not a huge difference. Just and I should quite like the mustard yellow.
Yeah,
So
I've never
this
really
one
had
natural.
yellow clothes or tried much yellow, so it's like interesting to look.
Yeah, the mustard can be a fun color, and that are also you'll be able to see a lot of these in the fall and winter. So it's a great one.
So now we're gonna look at some blues.
I do have a lot of blue clothes, so I'm interested in seeing what looks best.
Yeah, so blue, so traditionally when we think about blue, it's quite cool, so a lot of cooler tones are like bluish colors. So the warmer ones in this set does have more green to it, so this is the brighter and warm tone. So we have warmer and cooler. Yeah, so I quite like some of the pastel colors on here as well. So light warm, light cool, and then we have deep warm and deep cool.
Oh, this is so bright.
Yeah, this is so.
It was
this
like
is very
green screen in my face.
Yeah, so very similar to that magenta we looked at. So these color may not be the best match for you because we're seeing a bit too much contrast with this color, but not enough with your complexion. So you actually potentially need something slightly softer to balance out with the contrast. So let's go back to this one. So this is the color that I find are really standing out. So maybe it has a little yellow to it, but it is nice, still nice and balanced, and because of the low pigmentation of this color, it does bring out your complexion, you know, your eyes, your hair pops more because of the color is getting softer. So if we compare this to the next one, you can see like we're able to focus on your complexion and your features a lot more with the lighter color. Okay, so the other one we have in the warmer set is this, but I find this color is just a little bit yellow.
Yeah.
So compared to the pastels, I would actually encourage you to try some pastel colors and see how you feel about them.
I think the lighter, like the middle ones, are what I think look consistently with the other colors too the best on me.
Shades. So let's take a look at maybe not quite the next one because we have a brighter tone with the greens. Let's take a look at these.
So we're starting with warm green. This is a very, very bright color. Yeah, so quite neon. So it has a fun kind of like brightness to it, and also gold undertone, which I find is quite nice. So there's some nice vibrancy that goes into this color. So we have the teal, so cooler one. So this is also considered a verbal color for you for the cooler session. And we're going into the deeper one. We have deep and warm, and we have deep and cool. Okay, so this one is starting to get quite sharp. So we already noticed some of the brighter color being quite sharp, but sometimes even the deeper and the cooler color can be sharp as well. So if you're looking for something deeper to wear, I actually find this is
I quite like
nicely-
this, surprisingly.
Yes, nicely balanced, and even though this one can be quite bright overall, there is a nice brightness that goes into this golden shade. That is a good match, so that's what we can consider between these colors.
I like them. I also don't have much green, so it's really interesting for me
Yeah,
to
so
see.
like
So these two are both like pretty trim examples. So we have the army, which is dark, and we have this really neon color. But there are a lot of greens that are going to be like sage, for example.
Yes.
Those are those softer versions of those.
those are really nice options. Okay, so moving on, we're gonna take a look at some purples. Do you wear purples?
I don't really have any purple, but I do like the color purple.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's start with the lilac. Oh, sorry. So this is the light and warmer one. I quite like this one. It's very nice and bright. And we have this cooler one, and going into the clouds, deep and warm. And the last one we have is deep and cool. Okay, so now we're kind of have a general idea on what's in your palette. We actually want to compare the warmer colors. So you definitely have a warmer undertone with your complexion. So the more golden colors stand out more than the bluish color. So within these two, we have a medium to light, and we have a medium to dark color.
I quite like this color.
Yeah,
Is it
the plum.
magenta? No.
It's
Magenta is
plum.
redder.
Yeah, magenta is more pink. This color will be kind of like a violet purple or plum purple. Okay, so
I also really like this color.
yeah, so we're trying to focus on the difference between these two. So medium lighter colors and medium darker colors for you.
I like the darker colors are very good for like formal night events.
Yeah, like your
dinners, gals.
dresses.
Yeah.
Because this one actually has some pigmentation. It has a decent amount of pigmentation to it. So moving on to the next set is red. So we're looking at a very bright color. So we're starting with the poppy red. This one is pretty bright and warm. So very vibrant. This color is quite contrasty. So warm and cooler. And then we have deeper and warmer tone. Okay,
And this one really, I think,
yeah,
looks good.
Yeah, so the burgundy is really nice. And the last one we have here is cranberry. So these two colors are almost identical. We're seeing a lot
One's
of
slightly more, honestly, wine looking than the other one.
yeah. You do have a really good sense of colors. So that can definitely be nice, kind of like going into thinking about what kind of colors into your palette. So this is the more true red, so almost slightly warmer in our collection, and this one is more purpley, so we call this like a cranberry shade. So with that comparison, yeah, I find this is the one that stand out probably the most in this set, because the first one is just a bit too bright. So there are going to be colors, red are always going to be either bright or dark. dark, but if you're looking for, you know, more varieties of these type of colors, kind of reddish brown or like a softer red can also work as well. But out of this four, I find the burgundy is
Yeah, I
really
quite like this one.
Yeah, so you're gonna start to see these colors in the store because sometimes you do think about it, but if you start to do you see, like, you know, you will notice them in the store because this is the color that I find is the most popular in the fall and winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fall time's very popular. Darker
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah. Okay. So we're moving on to the more neutrals, and the set first are the brownish color, and we're starting with the camel. So starting with the brighter and the warmer one. So this one is cute. I already love this. So more cool. And warm again. And cool.
I definitely think warmer suits me
yeah.
more
Yes.
than the cool
colors.
colors.
Yeah, so it's the two of them both being very nice in this set. So we have the lighter and we have the deeper one.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised that this one suits me because I would think it's too close to my skin tone.
Yeah,
But I still do like it.
yeah, it feels very clean. It gives you a nice transparency with your skin as well. Yeah, this color is a bit more muted. Yeah.
I do quite like the muted too.
Yeah, I think personally, but I see some more brightness sometimes with the brighter colors or with the lighter ones. Okay,
So we're moving on to the next set where we're gonna compare some lighter versus some darker colors.
okay. So we actually have different sets of the grays. So we have warmer and cooler grays. The warmer grays will have more brown. So these are generally like the brownish colors. So we have warm and we have the charcoal. So this one is cool. Okay, so cooler color here actually feels quite clean. But if we're looking for color that kind of like it feels very cohesive. Even your hair color, your skin color, it will be the one that has more brown to it. So warm, cool. So within that warmer set, we're going to compare some lighter and some darker colors. So let's kick out 2 more shades in this set. Okay, so 3 different shades of the brownish gray. We have the white, and we have medium, and we have dark. Okay, so we're gonna do that again. So medium, dark, medium, and white. Yeah, it's like the medium, right? So you're very much in between that kind of like slightly lighter and slightly darker tones.
Like this one I think is okay.
Yeah, the deeper brown. Yeah, actually, do you wear a lot of black?
I do.
Yeah, so let's take a look at black and brown. So black is a color that everyone wears a lot, right? But this kind of gives you a comparison. So black is a great color, but this is like even softer, especially with your hair being slightly lighter. I think this just complements you much better than this.
This is very bold.
Yeah, so black is a
Really sharp color. I think a lot of people think of it as more of a neutral, but for certain complexions, black can be actually quite sharp. Okay, so we're on to the next one, and these are for jewelry tones.
What's your preference?
Silver.
Silver? I like the silver you're wearing, which is like, it's kind of like the brush texture, like a bit darker, right?
I've also had gold jewelry. I feel like both work, but I'm not quite sure which works better.
Okay, so we're starting with the yellow gold. So this is very, very bright gold. So very intense. And we have champagne gold. I actually quite like
I
this.
think this goes with me.
This is quite nice. And we have rose gold. And we have this darker silver. So this is more muted silver. And this is more bright silver.
I feel like the bright silver and the more
The champagne gold. So I find the champagne gold is quite nice like the
Yeah.
softer gold, not the really yellowish one.
Yeah.
Yeah, rose gold can also be a nice option for you. I think rose gold, champagne gold. I love this one over the golden one because I think this is a bit too
This
strong.
is really gold.
Yeah, a bit too strong. So this is great, and this is also a nice option if you want to go for silver. Yeah, it will be the more kind of like clear
Yeah,
silver.
I think I like this out of the two silvers the most.
Yeah, yeah. So the white gold silver. So those are ones that does have more brightness to it. Okay, I'm going to do a quick scan for your skin. Okay.
I do have foundation on.
Okay.
Because my skin is like pretty scarred at points, and there's a lot of hyperpigmentation or feeling scarring.
But do you find you have a good match with your current?
I do. I'm
Maybe I'll just
using.
pick a color.
Yeah, sure. I'm using the the red cushion that they have.
Do you know if you use the N or the like N shade? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think your N, then maybe. Yeah, I think with the tier, and will probably be the nicest one. Some foundations can even go slightly warmer. Yeah, so you don't have a lot of like pinkish or grayish tone in your skin. So if you want to go for foundation match, it will be the neutral warm that probably matches with you the most.
Specifically the tier one, when I first got it, I realized if I put a lot on it, oxidized to orange. But if I
Yeah,
put
that will
slightly
be
some,
that too.
like a good, like
Sorry,
minimal
but-
amount, all good. It suited me more than if I put
Yeah,
too much.
so neutral, and you can go slightly warmer this way. So with like, so for our foundation brands, maybe you want to try the neutral warm instead of neutral. But with your seasonal tones, I find you're likely a spring season. So colors that are warmer but also lighter is maybe not be the brightest spring color. So I find you maybe like slightly softer or lighter spring or even softer autumn. So those are kind of like with the comparison we did today, I find you'll be close between these. So spring colors which you want to focus on most, and maybe some autumn colors as well. So the slightly softer autumn colors like these ones, not the really deep or the really rich ones. So I find you're probably, if we do like a bit more further comparison, being able to find, you know, like if you're leaning more towards spring or autumn, but I think likely spring, especially with the makeup. I have a feeling that spring makeup will suit you better. So peachy or like peachy coral tones, some orange, some like rosy pink or champagne, and browns in your eyes. So those are colors that are gonna be really nice. And we talked about jewelry, which is not out here, but like softer gold and white gold, rose gold, those are best match. Okay, so this one is for you.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to let you take this, but I will also give you my
Awesome.
personal
Thank you
card.
so much.
So I
Thank
do
you.
one-on-one sessions for like a further, you know, like categories with like season makeup and like, you know, season tones, and also like makeup and outfit. So if you're interested, you can reach out to me. So the pricing of the bigger package will be reduced because of the session we did today. Yeah, so it was basically like a discounted price.
Thank you so
Yeah, so
much.
just reach out to me. I also am on Instagram, so if you just want to find more ideas on like, you know, like makeup and everything, I do post sometimes there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching my whole color analysis appointment. This is also my little takeaway from the appointment that I really like. I got their glazed pink shade. The other shade they had was toffee, but I really like to have something a bit more glittery. So yeah, I came to the decision to grab this one. But yeah, thank you again for watching, and I hope I'll be able to film more fun experiences to post in the future. Bye!